40 years, same floors, same mop, same quiet man with a secret so enormous it would take his death to reveal it. $8 million. The attorneys read it twice. Then they looked up his job title and read it a third time. Every night, same corridor, same invisible man pushing the same bucket through the dark. Born 1921, a Vermont winter so cold, so empty, the only thing that survived it was his hunger. His family had nothing, but Ronald had something nobody noticed yet: quiet, unbreakable stubbornness. Every morning he walked 4 miles to school, in brutal Vermont winters, without complaint, without fail. He became the first in his entire family to finish high school. No roadmap, no support. College was never an option, so he took whatever work existed and quietly began. Gas station attendant, then janitor for 25 years. The world saw nothing. Ronald was building everything. Same building, same broom, 25 years. Nobody looked twice. That invisibility became his advantage. Decades passed. Nothing changed outside, but beneath that calm surface, something was silently compounding. His car was held together with a safety pin. His coworkers pitied him. They were completely wrong. Same flannel shirts every day. Not because he was poor, but because looking rich was never his goal.
Here you are, hun.
He always ordered the cheapest item. Every dollar he didn't spend was quietly being deployed. He shoveled his neighbor's driveway every winter, unasked, unpaid. This was who Ronald truly was. To everyone passing him on that street, Ronald Read was completely invisible. And that was his edge. But here's what nobody saw. Every single week, Ronald Read went to the library. Not for stories. Same corner table. Same newspaper. Same pencil. For decades. He read the financial pages and circled what made sense. Simple companies, no hype, just a pencil. No advisor, no broker, no algorithm, just Ronald and a pencil. That was his entire system. He bought boring stocks in boring companies, soap, telephone calls, railroads. Boring was his hidden weapon. Every single paycheck, no excuses, no delays, he invested part of it, without fail, for 60 years. Then he did the hardest thing imaginable. He did absolutely nothing, and kept doing it for decades. 60 years, 2 full generations. Through crashes and recoveries, Ronald Read held and never looked back. Before the numbers, understand one idea. Einstein called it the 8th wonder of the world: compounding. $200 a month, 8% returns, 60 years, that's it. Now watch what happens. After 20 years, $118,000. Good. Most people would stop here. Ronald didn't. After 40 years, nearly $700,000. The curve starts bending. Something big is coming. He keeps going. After 60 years, $3.5 million. The last 20 years beat the first 40 combined. They found 95 stock positions in his estate, all chosen by a man with nothing but a pencil. 2001, markets collapsed. Investors panic sold. Ronald Read ordered coffee and didn't move. 2008, banks failed. Savings vanished. Ronald sat in silence. He didn't sell. Same crash, same fear. One sold, one stayed. The difference became everything, and permanent. Fear peaks exactly when you shouldn't sell. Ronald understood that, and never flinched. Smart people collapse under pressure. Ronald trained himself to feel patience, where others felt panic. The janitor outperformed Wall Street, not by brilliance, but by stillness. Let that sink in. And quietly kept winning. While MBAs built complex models, Ronald's plan fit on paper. And it beat them. One pencil, one circle, one company, held for decades, worth more than all the noise combined. Noise versus silence, complexity versus clarity. Ronald chose silence, and it made him $8 million. Nobody knew, not his neighbors, not his colleagues, not his family. For 60 years, he carried $8 million in silence.
Thank you so much.
Because he wanted to avoid any explanation.
The bills keep piling up this month.
Money was never discussed, while millions sat quietly at the table with them. Decades of quiet entries, not just numbers, a hidden life, written one decision at a time. January 2014, Ronald Read died at 92. The town still had no idea what he had built. He died the way he lived, quietly, no attention, just a life ending and a secret about to begin. Then the will opened, and suddenly, the man everyone knew stopped making sense. They froze, a janitor and a number that didn't belong to his life. $8 million, saved quietly, while
while living like he had nothing.
He gave millions to the library, the same place that taught him everything for free. He gave millions to the local hospital where he drew his last breath, where nurses cared for him without knowing anything about the millionaire.
The story broke and spread instantly, from Brattleboro to the world.
How does a janitor build 8 million? No luck, no secrets, just something most people never master.
Not intelligence, not luck, not education. What he mastered was behavior.
He didn't chase storms, he outlasted them. Roots deep enough, never need to run. He stood tall. Behavioral finance has a name for what kills most investors. It's called the behavior gap, the gap between knowing and doing nothing. We sell when we should hold. We buy when we should wait. We sell in fear. Every time, someone calmer takes our place. The average investor loses half their returns, not to markets, but to themselves. It's the entire difference between him and others. Ronald Read did not react. He deliberately decided, long ago, in a library corner, what he believed. His wealth wasn't built by being brilliant. It wasn't built by being lucky. In a world addicted to action, he built wealth by staying completely still. Wealth doesn't look the way we think it does. The poorest looking man was the richest, and nobody noticed the difference between consuming wealth and building it. Most people earn more and spend more. Every raise becomes a new expense. The gap between income and spending results in wealth quietly vanishing. Ronald's spending never crept. It never expanded to meet his income. He never increased his spending. That gap became millions.
Every dollar is a seed. Most people planted everyone. And eventually every seed grew into a tree worth millions.
This is mine and the built extraordinary forests in Vermont of the most stored triumph in history.
He had nothing to prove. Freedom from the criticizer's opinion became his greatest asset.
The uniform was camouflage. The real Ronald Read was always somewhere else.
Nobody expects anything of a janitor. Nobody watches him. Ronald Read moved through the world completely free. Your financial identity shapes your financial reality. Ronald decided he was a builder and never undecided.
His simplicity wasn't poverty. It was armor. And nobody even knew he was wearing it.
What if trying to look rich is what's keeping you from becoming rich? Ronald chose not to run toward the mirage. He didn't want fame. He wanted his absence to matter, and he succeeded beyond anything anyone anticipated. He gave $6 million to the town that had looked through him for 60 years, without a single press release. Children he never met are reading in a library he funded. His money is still working, every single day. Cared for in a building funded by a janitor who never asked for recognition. The giving was never about him.
Quiet wealth doesn't announce itself. Given enough patience, enough time, the water always wins.
Ordinary behavior plus extraordinary time equals extraordinary results. That is the entire story of Ronald Read.
The millionaire was always there, hiding inside a janitor's uniform, waiting 60 years to reveal himself. He was waiting for the world to catch up. In the end, it finally did.
You know how he did it. The path is clear. So what's stopping you? He's gone, but his money is still working. Every child, every patient, every person who hears this story.
The best time to plant a tree was 60 years ago. The second best time is now.